Hello, welcome, namaste. Welcome to this live spring meditation. So happy spring, everyone. Yesterday was Ostara, the first day of spring, the spring equinox, and it was a beautiful day, wasn't it? It was fabulous. I sat outside for the first time that I've been able to this year, and really soaked up the energy. It was wonderful. So hopefully everyone had a really great day yesterday. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the spring. Before we really kind of delve into the meditation, I'll just tell you a little bit about the new online classes that I've got coming up next week. You can sign up for an annual if you wish, but the beauty of kind of what I'm offering is 6 weeks if you just wanted to do the 6 weeks. And next week I filmed the class, some of the classes today, and the first one that we've got next week is all about rebirth, renewal, new beginnings, totally in line with spring. And it's that feeling of letting the best you emerge, that emergence from hibernation. So if you've had a bit of a rough winter, if you've had a bit of a rough few months, year, then that class in particular will be really beneficial. There's 5 other ones that I've got coming up as well, ones that are great for backache, vitality, de-stress, all those kinds of things. So if you would like to join me on that 6-week journey, you are also welcome. The enrolment finishes Monday at midday, so if you would like to join me, I'll put the link in the comments afterwards. So what I kind of wanted to talk about tonight was a little bit about the energy that's kind of going on at the moment. And obviously we're moving into spring, so as I said, it's that rebirth, that renewal, that awakening. For most of you know that I am an Ayurveda health coach as well, and in Ayurveda we're taught that we are all microcosms of the macrocosm of the universe. So everything that we see in nature exists within us as well. So for example, the earth, we have that in our bones. Our bones are symbolic of the earth. Our blood is symbolic of water. Our digestion, our digestive fluid is water, but it's also fire, and it's that digestive fire. If we've got really good healthy digestive fire, that Agni, then we can absorb nutrients much better from our food. And then we've got air, which obviously is our breath, our prana, our life force, but also thoughts. Your thoughts are part of the air elements as well. And then ether, which is the space that we exist in, our bodies, the space around us, that sense of being connected, that ripple of movement that happens if you do something. It's that knowing of being connected. So knowing that your actions affect lots of other people. So the products that you buy, the food that you eat, all those kind of things affect other people, people that you may never even meet. But it's that knowing that we're all connected together. And I wanted to mention that because obviously we've moved into spring officially. So we're now, whatever's happening in nature happens within us, basically. So we are feeling that awakening, that renewing, that rebirth, because that's what's going on out there in nature. So it's happening in here as well. And you may be feeling it already. You may be feeling that sense of renewal. As I mentioned before, you know, if you've had some really rubbish times recently, you'll be ready to move forwards. But sometimes we can hold ourselves back, even though things that we're doing we know don't really serve us, they don't do us any good. Worrying, for example. When did worrying ever change anything? And most of us worry, especially if you're a parent. My goodness, I never got that until I became a mum. My goodness. Comes with that backpack of guilt as well. But we know those things are no good for us, but we struggle to let go, we struggle to stop doing them anyway. So this is a great time to kind of let go of those things that don't serve us. So I'll stop rambling and I'll take you through the meditation that we're going to do tonight. And it's spring themed. It's about planting the seed of how you want to move forward in life, in whatever area of life that might be. It might be all areas of your life. And so it's planting that seed, and there's a really beautiful quote that says, it's something like, if you can see the power or the intelligence in the seed, then that's the genius. I don't think that's the exact quote. I'll pop it in the comments later. But it's knowing that seed that's within you, that seed of a thought, or that seed of a new project, of something that you've been meaning to do, or that seed of a new beginning, seeing the power and the beauty that can lie within the potential of that seed is true genius, if we can do that. So the meditation that I'm going to take you through is about seeing that seed of moving forwards, acknowledging that emergence of this new beginning, this newness of spring. Let's put that down. Okay, so get comfy. Get yourself nice and comfortable, whether that be in a chair, whether you want to lie down. I know some of you who have done these with me before have said that you'd like to get cozy, put your PJs on and settle down. So just make sure you're uber comfortable. And if at any point you feel that you need to move, just move, wiggle whatever you need to wiggle. You know, it doesn't matter. I think sometimes with Shavasana and with meditation, there's this illusion that we have to be totally still. The stiller you can be, the better. But if you need to move, if you've got a bit of a backache or a twinge or an itch, don't sit there and be thinking, I really need to scratch my nose, because you're not going to be able to concentrate on the meditation. So don't feel that you have to be totally still, but just make sure you're comfy. Okay. So getting comfortable, using any blankets that you might have, settling down. Let's tune into the breath, the air element within ourselves. So taking a deep breath in. And just exhale fully. Deep breath in. And exhale. Deep breath in. Sigh out the breath. Let go. Give yourself permission to settle. Give yourself permission to be. We're so busy in our lives. We run from one thing to the next to the next. It's very rare that we take a moment to just settle. And sometimes it can be a bit frightening to settle and listen and tune into the mind, especially if you've got thoughts up there that are negative. But try and give yourself permission to just be and just relax for a moment. And just ask yourself, how do I feel? If you're not used to doing that, it might feel quite strange. And just ask yourself, how does my physical body feel? How do my feet feel? My toes? How are my ankles? My calves? My knees? My thighs? if you come across anywhere that has got tension, tightness, aches or pains, try not to pass any judgment when you come across it. It's really easy to think, oh God, my back's killing, oh blooming heck. Try just to acknowledge it and then move on. You're just being the observer here. So moving into the hands now. How do your hands feel? Have they been busy today? What about your wrists? And if you do feel anywhere that's maybe a bit tight or twitchy, you can always squeeze and then let go. That can help release the tension a little bit more. So let's see how these shoulders are. So breathing in, being aware of the shoulders. Are they up here? Are they scrunched up to the shoulder, up to the ears? And try and relax them down. Let go of your day. Let go of any stress. Let go of any worries. Just give yourself permission to be. Just be. Just be here in this moment. Not in the past, not in the future. Just now. Let's tap into the neck. How does the neck feel? How's your throat? What about your face? What kind of faces have you been pulling? Have you been doing a lot of this? Or have you been doing a lot of smiling? Or a bit of confusion? Just notice what kind of faces you've been pulling. What muscles have you been using? And with your next out breath, allow the face to soften and smooth. And just tap into how you feel emotionally, again without passing any judgment. So again, being aware of how you feel, but just be the observer. So it's okay to feel negative emotions. It's okay to feel worried, anxious, frustrated, angry, whatever. We're human at the end of the day. But just acknowledge it. And if you are feeling that, ask yourself why. If you are feeling anything negative, ask yourself why. Might be the thoughts that you're thinking. Might be something that's happened. And sometimes, as soon as we acknowledge it, it takes the power away from that. Sometimes we get this anxious feeling, this worry, and we don't really acknowledge why. But as soon as we tap into it, it goes away. So just being aware of the mind now, just noticing the thoughts. And if your mind is busy, if you've got a lot going on in your mind, try just to park those thoughts. Just try and put them to one side, put a pin in it. You can come back to it later. But this is your time, this is your sacred space to create some peace and calm for you in your mind and in your body. So I'm going to ask you to bring to mind now a flower. And it can be any flower you wish. It could be the relaxing lily, beautiful scented rose, might be a hyacinth, might be the spring daffodil, bluebells, whichever flower you think of. And it doesn't necessarily have to be your favourite flower. It could just be the first flower that comes to mind. And imagine that seed of that flower. And it doesn't matter if you don't know what that seed looks like, just imagine it. This is your meditation. No one's going to tell you off for getting it wrong. So just imagine that seed of the flower that you want to work with. And imagine now that you're planting that seed. Visualize yourself planting that seed into the earth, into soil. Patting it down. Planting that seed within yourself at the same time. So as you plant the seed of your flower, you plant the seed of renewal, rebirth, that awakening, getting ready to emerge. And imagine yourself nurturing that seed, pouring water, feeding with plant food. And that seed now starts to grow roots down into the soil, creating stability, creating a sense of being grounded. So working with the energy of the earth here, working with the element of the earth, stability, grounding. And as you see those roots growing from the seed, imagine those roots growing within yourself, getting ready for that emergence, getting ready for that growth. And now see a tiny seedling coming up through the soil, emerging. And this is you emerging into spring, that rebirth of spring, that renewal, that refreshing energy that we experience at this time of year. And as you nurture that growth, as you nurture that emergence of the flower, it grows bigger and bigger. And eventually that flower blooms into the flower that you have picked. Bright, healthy, vibrant. And this is the vibrancy within you. This is the growth within you. And everything starts as a seed. And everything grows into something beautiful when it's looked after, when it's cared for. And that's the same for ourselves. So taking stock of where you are now, how you want to move forward in this new season. And just for a moment, just staying with that visualization. And if you have any goals, any new projects, maybe you want to move house, maybe you are moving house, maybe you've got a new job, maybe you're moving into retirement. If there's a new beginning for you, or you want a new beginning, just focusing on that now, with that visualization of the seed, the roots, the emergence through the soil, and then blossoming into the beautiful flower. And whatever we put our minds to, whatever we wish to achieve, we can. We can be the person that we want to be. You can be the best version of yourself. We just have to nurture what our goals are. And we're on the edge now. We're moving into spring. Everything's waking up. We're waking up. And see if you can feel right down in your solar plexus now, about 2 inches above your belly button. You may want to place your hands there, or just have an awareness of that part of your body. And see if you can feel that energy there, your fire energy. And it's the energy at your solar plexus which creates action. We can create ideas further down in the sacral chakra, but then when it moves up to the solar plexus, we don't always take action and move forward. So feel that energy moving between the sacral chakra and the solar plexus, that new beginning. Your sacral chakra is your center of creativity. If you're a parent, if you're a mother, it's where you're creating your child. It's the part of your being which there is a seed, which then grows into something more. So feeling that emergence from the sacral chakra up to the solar plexus, feeling that fire energy there, that vibrancy, that vitality. And maybe set an intention for yourself. Sankalpa, we call it in yoga. And that sankalpa, that vow, that promise, that intention, whatever you want to call it, is your promise to yourself to move forwards, to be the best person that you can be. And whatever you wish to do, whatever you wish to achieve, be it something as a physical achievement, emotional achievement, mental achievement, spiritual, whatever, or all of them. Just making sure that you keep coming back to that. So tuning back into the breath now, that air element of the body, breathing in that prana. Deep breath in. Again, breathing in that newness, that freshness of spring. And just giving the fingers a wiggle, moving the wrists, having a lovely big stretch. Maybe just moving the head. And just bringing your hands together at the heart. Just feeling this sense of rebirth within yourself, this sense of renewal, moving forwards, moving onwards. In my last meditation, I mentioned about this idea of onwards, always onwards, because it's the only way we're going. So, again, feeling that sense of onwards, moving with the seasons, acknowledging that microcosm of nature within ourselves, working in tune with the elements, working in tune with nature, and listening to our inner teacher, listening to what we know, and listening to maybe what we don't know. And just bringing yourself back, just opening the eyes if you haven't already. And just notice how you feel. Notice if you feel ready to move forwards into this beautiful new season. So thank you so much for joining me. Those of you who are joining me now live, thank you so much. I will put this recording on the Facebook page, so you're welcome to rewatch it. Those of you who haven't seen it can watch it. And if you would like to join me for the online yoga classes starting next week, first class practicing that renewal within ourselves, that rebirth, spring season, that's what we're working with in week 1. So you can sign up to that on the link that I will pop below. So wishing you all a wonderful evening. I hope you have a beautiful time, whatever you decide to do, and I will see you all soon. Thank you so much.